International Pharmacy featuring Carole Lynn Steiner. All you need to know about health and how to live longer and stay healthy and happy. Hi, Caroline.
Hello, Lily. It's so nice to be with you and all your people. It's just lovely. You had asked me to make an introduction, and recently on October 20th, I was named Woman of the Year by womeninbusiness.org, a very prestigious national organization, and it was a pleasure to be with them and to also have the governor and the Westchester County executive and the mayor and so many other people that came to present awards to me, which I had no idea was even coming. It was very, very nice. And I have broken all audience call-in records on Bloomberg Radio and television because people want to live the extended lifespan, but with a healthy brain and body. And this is what captures those words, for the extended lifespan. That's what captures the attention and the response of all my audiences. That's what they're so worried about. It is, shall we say, being well is an effort, but being well naturally is worth the effort. And with my Bible, one of the most important general tips that I could give anyone is to learn about taking control of your own health as early as you can, and always keep up with the newest information on natural health care. People today are living into their 90s and beyond, and they are going to be working into their 80s and beyond. So taking control and learning about what they can do for health early on is so very important. Practical solutions, we were talking about that earlier. Practical solutions are critical because of the burdens that the extended lifespan places upon everybody. And my book, My Bible, is fulfilled with practical solutions. It's a reference book for a lifetime. The information never goes out of date, and it should be on the shelf because you read the book and 3 or 4 months go by and suddenly something happens and you say, oh, Carole Lynn wrote about that. She wrote about that. What was that? And you get home to pull the book off the shelf because you want to see, you know, what was that was written about. And there it is.
By the way, I want to add something. You're
Yes.
kind of like the Heloise
Yes.
of with all these remedies for health instead
Yeah.
of for home care.
You're absolutely right.
It's very similar to that.
Very similar, most definitely.
Okay.
I have been gifted to so many people. I have been gifted to people, to individuals, to couples, to families, to teach these many things. And I've been gifted to them for the holidays, as a hostess present, for someone's birthday, and very recently I was gifted to a couple for their 40th wedding anniversary. And when the woman called me and she was setting up the date when we would meet, so to the 3 hours that I was gifted to them for, and she said, and I said, well, we're all set. And then she said, yeah, but ooh, Carole, I've never been given a person before. And it was so wonderful. And we laughed and laughed. And laughter, that's one of the most important tips. Laughter is so important. Right. And it's so important because laughter is critical for the heart and the health. Wow. And as attributed to Confucius, people with the greatest capacity for laughter have the greatest intelligence. So we chucklers are a jolly smart group.
Actually, it's very important because I always find before I go to bed at night, if there's nothing that has been funny throughout the course of the day, I put in an old SNL sequence, or else I go to, James Corden, who's great. And there are a couple of others, like Jimmy Kimmel has some really funny routines. This is fantastic
I
stuff.
enjoy the National Enquirer.
And then you guffaw a little bit, and a little bit of guffawing takes you a long way.
It's extremely good for the body.
It's great.
Well, now, outside of the general information we just did, I want to go to specific tips, because that is really what everybody is listening for and wanting to hear about. Let's start with sex. That's one of the biggies that is so important. Vaginal and penile lubrication naturally when nature needs a boost. And people come to me all the time, and I always know when a man or woman lowers the voice and they say, Carole, there's something personal we want to check with you on. So to begin with, it's using Omega Nutrition Organic Virgin Coconut Oil or Emu Oil from Thunder Ridge. And I always recommend this particular, it's in the book. I always recommend the exact manufacturer of a product, because products are not all the same. And you need the correct product. With both these two products, they are refined, they are 100% organic and refined to edible grade. And this means that they're so safe for internal use, and also if anything gets in your mouth, there is no need to call poison control, as you must do when a typical off-the-shelf lubricant loaded with chemicals is used. Then you have to call poison control. Yeah. Now, you put on, I had a glove in my briefcase.
Emu oil and
Thunder Ridge Emu Oil and Omega Nutrition, this company, Omega Nutrition Organic Virgin Coconut Oil. And Omega Nutrition. Now, you put on, my suggestion is a surgical glove, these thin gloves. They even come in pretty colors now, so you can get turquoise and pink and whatever. And you insert either oil into the vagina, softly, smoothly, and all around the penis or the condom. And this will, over time, these oils will regenerate vaginal tissue and will also make them more supple and responsive, because they seep through all 9 layers of skin. And that's because they do not have chemicals in them. So they are able to seep through all 9 layers of skin. And over time as well, they hydrate and nourish the vaginal tissues. And this is also good for women who are single and looking to keep tissues functioning smoothly. I've had women come to me, by the way, who have gone for their annual pap smear and say, oh, Carole, I was so embarrassed. I was so dry. I just, here is the solution.
How often can you use
Every night.
Oh,
every night.
So it doesn't make
and
any
I was just going to say that even when a night we're not enjoying relations, you should insert the oils, either one,
the coconut you mentioned,
in order to work on the cumulative benefits of the regeneration of tissue.
Oh, interesting.
And now, what's the difference? That's also important. What is the difference between the two oils? The emu oil, which is an oil from the largest non-flying bird in the world, the emu oil tends to be more gel-like. It maintains its consistency no matter what the temperature is outside or the humidity. And some people prefer the emu oil as the more gel-like. Then the organic virgin coconut oil, it changes its viscosity depending upon the weather. So when it gets very warm or humid, it can be more oil-like, and it will be more gel-like when it's cold out. It depends. I always suggest that people buy the 32-ounce coconut oil, and then to use some little cup, about a little container about 4 ounces, and transfer it. You don't want to contaminate a 32-ounce container of oil, or buy the 16-ounce container of oil. And the emu oil, the best is the 8-ounce. So all of this is available. Now,
Emu oil is terrific. It deals with so many different problems too. Arthritis.
many things, and I'll get to more on that in a few moments. Heart flutters, skip beats, arrhythmias, palpitations, cough, to get your heart beating back in rhythm, like this. Just 3 sharp staccato coughs right from the chest, the upper chest. And I have saved lives with this on Singapore Air, on 5th Avenue, across from Trump Tower. I have saved people's lives, and they all had said to me, Carole Lynn, write a book. Carole Lynn, write a book. If though these skip beats happen frequently, then you are deficient in certain nutrients, and that's a different story. You are either deficient in calcium, magnesium, D3K2. They work as a quartet, and they work synergistically. You can't have one without the other, and you cannot take them out of balance. You'll harm your health. And pardon me, I'll just have a sip of water. Talking a lot today. Cough. Absolutely. And then, if it's not the quartet, then it's the B vitamins that are causing the problem. And as certain doctors have said, it's similar to getting beriberi of the heart when you're missing your correct B vitamins. All of this is totally detailed in my Bible. It's too much to go into this way. But rarely are you ever needing surgery. Sadly, the medical establishment treats symptoms as an end result. In this case, they are not an end result. They are letting you know, hello there, I need more I need nutrient supplements. I need something. It's missing from my body. And everybody needs different amounts at different times of their lives, but they need them. And I will get to further about what you need and why in a little while. But if you take care of properly supplementing early on in life, you will never have the problem of the skip beats, and certainly you will never have heart issues, heart issues at all. And I don't, if you would like to hear, the man on Singapore Air suddenly grabbed his heart, and he was sitting right next to me, and I looked at him and I knew, and we were still at the gate in Singapore, and I put my arm around him, and he's holding, and I said, your heart, you're missing the beat, you're missing the beat. And he just looked at me, and he nodded, and I said, trust me, cough to get your heart beating, like this. So he did, and he said, oh, miss, oh, you saved me, my heart is beating. And I said to him, well, do you want to get off the plane? You know, no, he said, I have to get to New York. But he said,